Hello, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to the Sanderson Show, joined by the two legends, Jamie Phillips and Luke Tanner. Hope everyone is well. Please smash that like button, but most importantly, go to the link in the description and subscribe to Jamie's channel and subscribe to Luke's channel as well. Hot off of UFC 302, Makhachev defended his belt against Dustin Poirier. Poirier unfortunately losing for the third title match in his career. McGregor cancels the UFC 303 press conference. Is the fight on? Is the fight off? We discussed the new UFC gloves. Are they a hit? Are they a miss? We also speak about Jake Paul and Tyson's match being in doubt and a bit more. Guys, how are you doing this evening?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm feeling good, to be fair. Feeling good. No, just watched a great comedy show. City are gonna take people to court and probably fail. You know, life's looking good. Life's looking good.
Yeah, Man City stuff, eh? I really hope, like,
more than you can believe, guys. More than you can believe.
Because if that happens, then we're all due to meet up very soon in Liverpool and celebrate, boys. And
I'm just waiting until the end of November. The end of November. It's January 2025. You need to be careful for. That's the big one.
I'm here for it. I don't know if you guys are, but I'll be there. I'll be there.
Fizzy apple on deck.
Oh, I'll be mixing drinks that night. Might be throwing a bit of Lucozade or something. Who knows? It's gonna be a messy one. It's gonna be a messy one. Right. Let's start with Mr. McGregor. Yesterday was meant to have been the 303 press conference in Dublin, Ireland. Many people are looking forward to it, saying, you know, this could be the resurgence of Conor. This could be reminiscent of when he had the press conference with Aldo, and that kind of catapulted him into being a megastar. We just saw how captivating he was on the day and how much he got under Aldo's skin. However, at the last hour, it was cancelled. And since then, rumors have been going off crazy in the internet space. Is he injured? Is he not? Is the fight still on? Is it not? Does Conor McGregor still want to fight? Were the stuff that he was released on social media with him partying, was that actually real and happening in real time, or was it not? Jay, I want to start with you, bro. Mr. McGregor, never far away from the news, whether he's fighting or not. And let's be honest, nowadays he's rarely fighting. Were you shocked that the press conference was called off? And if so, do you think McGregor's got too much power here?
Yeah, it didn't make look. McGregor with an opportunity to talk and do his thing, you know, public forum, like in Dublin as well. If he called it off, there's a reason for it. It called off, and yeah, it's, you know, Conor's got all the power. Obviously, Chandler. I don't know. Was Chandler over in Dublin, or was he doing it by video feed?
No, Ariel Hawani said that he was going to fly out, but he was told last minute that he was cancelled, so he didn't fly out. But he said that press and fans had already gone over to Dublin.
So this is a last minute. It's a last minute thing. So this is a last minute thing that just tells me that he's injured. I can't.
He did tweet out as well. He did tweet out about it as well.
Yeah, I can't see anything else that he's injured. I mean, if he's sick and ill, I think he still turns up. I just don't see why he wouldn't be there, unless there's something happened to his family, obviously a family emergency. But I think he would have said that if that was the case. If there was a family emergency, he would have said that. And I think UFC would have said that as well if it was a family entitled thing. Everyone could be like, "Oh, yeah, that's no problem. Family, that's great." But for this to be so secretive is a bit weird, considering it's Conor McGregor. It's your biggest star. It's a strange one. It don't make sense. I personally think it's an injury, but they're trying to keep it QT because they need to sell this pay-per-view to make so much money, and it's better for them to get all the money now and then pay people back.
Yeah, and then just forget the pay.
Very true. Luke, we'll go back to, I think it was UFC 200. The scheduled main event for that card was meant to have been originally Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz. At the time, Conor McGregor rejected going to the press conferences and he was taken off the pay-per-view, and the fight was moved to UFC 202, if I'm not mistaken. He said at the time he wanted to focus on training. He wanted to focus on his training camp. He did not want to do press conferences so close to the fight. He wanted to focus because he had lost the previous fight, and he wanted to make sure he left no stone unturned. Do you think there's an element that this could be happening with this press conference where Conor's gone, you know what? I could do the press conference, but I'm Conor McGregor. As arrogant as it sounds, I sell the fight whether I did a press conference or not. I want to focus on the last couple of weeks of training, make sure I'm in tip-top shape so I can go out there and do a job on this man.
Yeah, I think what people are sort of misconstrued, and this is not the official press conference for 303. This was a bonus.
Yes.
This was a bonus press conference to sort of reconnect McGregor with the fans back in Dublin to recreate that magic of him versus Aldo. If this was never scheduled, we would be none the wiser. But I think it's because it's cancelled, people are going, shit, what's going on? And he actually did tweet out, I'm just going to read out his tweet, said, in consolidation with the UFC, today's press conference was cancelled due to a series of obstacles outside of our control. I apologise to my Irish fans and fans around the world for the inconvenience and appreciate all your passion and support. I can't wait to put on the greatest all-time show in the Octagon. So by the sounds of this was something that is completely outside of his control. That doesn't sound like him that's injured. Could it be that the UFC's decided to pull it last minute? We know from reports it's nothing to do with he's not failed a drug test. It's no legal issues. So it's a big question. Is he injured? Has he told the UFC he's not ready because he's injured, but the UFC are sort of on the pause button, hoping he calls them and say, look, we're ready to go? Because he did come into the Dustin fight, and the UFC did know that he was carrying some sort of an injury. He went in, fought, broke his leg. So maybe he's like, I'm not 100% ready. We're going to push it back. And the question is, I leave it 26 days until this card. This card's already been taken off pay-per-view, so we're no longer paying 20 quid. Result.
What, in TNT?
Well, apparently, apparently it's been taken off pay-per-view. Like, this
I think
not been advertised.
Sorry to cut you. I read that on ESPN. They've taken the ads off and they've removed something else. From what I know, it's not TNT wouldn't cancel on pay-per-view. Surely not.
It said pay-per-view. I don't know whether or not it specified TNT.
So what it is, it says here UFC 303 is no longer being advertised on pay-per-view. Yeah. So at the moment, all the adverts for Conor McGregor's comeback fight have been on telly, and at the moment you can't see any adverts on telly for the fight. That's what it means.
That suggests to me the fight's in jeopardy.
Because on TNT yesterday they had Conor's video package up.
Yeah.
There was another report saying that Conor was the reason why it's been cancelled. So it's all a bit up in the air. It's got nothing to do with this contract. People thought that it was a contract issue. Ariel said that there's nothing to do with this contract whatsoever. So you have to feel for Michael Chandler.
I was going to say, I'm going to speak about Chandler. Bit of a conspiracy theory here. If I'm not wrong, Conor had a few issues with like the underworld in Ireland a few years back. If they're saying it's out of his hands, but it's only McGregor who's made a statement here, that means Chandler's got nothing to do with it. If the UFC is saying it's out of their hands, or is Conor saying it's out of their hands and UFC effectively agreeing, could there be something completely different at play? Something like that where there's been a bit of a scare, or they've just thought
he has been very outspoken politically over
very outspoken
what's been happening in Ireland.
Have you seen when you go on ESPN Plus's to order the fight, you go to order the fight and it comes up, sorry, but an error has been on this page every time you press on it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The problem is Dana White's not said anything.
Okay, but he's not going to though, because if he does, people are going to buy it.
No, but what I'm saying, if it's because the way Conor wrote it is like something.
He said he was still on the card.
Yeah, something happened 5 minutes before they were meant to go live or something like that. That's the way it's been wrote. But the problem is, if Dana flew people out there and press out there to be in Dublin, then this only happened. It would have only happened hours before the event was going to go live. Which
so
is
Ariel did put out a tweet, sort of a few things to remind and educate. McGregor has never pulled out of a scheduled UFC fight ever. So get out of here with this pull-out merchant nonsense. He could have easily pulled out of UFC 189 when Aldo withdrew, but he remained on the card to fight Mendes with a messed up knee. When scheduled, he has always shown up. Obviously, streaks were made to be broken, but that's history. Things happen in training camp all the time that don't see the light of day. If this presser wasn't scheduled yesterday, we'd likely never have been alerted to anything, but there would have been nothing to cancel.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's not just that though. Like CJ saying it there as well. It's the same in the States on the ESPN. Like it doesn't. You can't buy the pay-per-view at the moment. Nothing comes out. It's an error page. So I don't think it's got to do something. Something's happened because Dana would reinsure everyone straight away. He would be doing something straight away. The fact that we're not hearing from anything,
suggests something's going on.
It's a weird one to me. It don't make sense. There's no way Conor McGregor doesn't do a press conference in Dublin. There's just no way. And all this, everyone's saying that, you know, he's preparing for this fight and all that. The man ain't fought for 3 years. He should be in training anyway.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's not like he didn't know his fight was coming.
Yeah. Last thing he posted was him with his family on his Lamborghini super yacht and stuff like that. But you have to feel for, like, I have to feel for Chandler, because when did he beat Tony Ferguson? Was that his last fight? Tony Ferguson?
No, Poirier was his last fight. He lost.
Poirier was his last fight. So he probably thought at that time, not going to get another title shot, so let's chase my biggest payday I'm ever going to get. Obviously, McGregor's drawing it out so he can get Michael Chandler further out of competition to sort of bring him down to more of his level.
Yeah.
Does the Ultimate Fighter, which was an absolute shit show, let's be honest. And now he's just been completely sat out. McGregor's sort of given every reason why he doesn't particularly want to fight him. He'd rather fight someone else, which begs the question, is Chandler being forced on him by the company? I don't know. Is this just another ploy to sort of mess him around? Because Chandler's wasting what little of his career that he's got left for this big payday. Like, there must be a chance where he's going to go, is this really worth it? And obviously, Chandler's been one of the more sensible fighters when it comes to managing his finances, because he's been fine financially without, needing this fight. But you have to feel for him. He's wasted about 2 years of his career waiting for this. Like, if you're going to offer him another fight, if you're going to offer him, I know I don't want to touch on it yet. If you offer him another big fight, is Chandler going to take it? Or is he willing to take another risk and go, F it, we're going to wait till November or something like that to get this fight? Like, how long is he going to wait?
It's a big risk.
Why are we not looking at this? We're all saying it's Conor it's pulled out. What if it's the other way around?
What, Chandler?
But Chandler was ready to get on the plane and go to the press conference, and everything from his side.
Chandler has been doing has been posting self-help quotes on Instagram since, and I don't know, this is the weirdest Conor lead up to a Conor fight ever. Like, and we've had some weird lead ups. This has got to be the one where you like, what the hell's going on? It don't make sense, because if you get an opponent say Conor's out of it, and you get an opponent, like it's £170. You can't ask him to do 155. So his opponent will have to be £170. Who's going to fight Chandler at 170? Why should Chandler fight anyone at 170? So if you lose this main event, you lose the card.
Yeah,
that's the issue. That's the issue.
I hear
everyone on this card is being paid because Conor McGregor's on the card.
Yeah,
the payment from for Conor on this card, everyone getting paid.
No, they won't.
Conor on a card.
They won't, Jay, because no one else on the card will get pay-per-view points.
Oh, do they not give everyone pay-per-view
points? No. Only the champions and certain other fights. Like Poirier probably got pay-per-view points. Gaethje, like those guys.
Disgusting.
Yeah, of course it is. But the reason they would try and get on a Conor card is because they know the amount of eyes that's going to be viewed. So, like Derek Lewis, for example, when he knocked out Volkov on 229, his stock went from just regular Derek Lewis to one of the biggest stars in the company because he did that knockout, because he did the viral interview afterwards, because it was on the Conor McGregor card. But you're right, I agree. Anyone who's on the pay-per-view should get pay-per-view points. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's disgusting that they don't. I didn't know that.
Wait,
the card's dead. The card's dead without Conor. You have to rearrange it.
I'm just trying to think whether or not he has, because Eagle MMA has said like he thinks Conor's holding it up. I think he has suffered an injury in training that he has deemed or a setback in his training, and he's gone to the UFC. Look, I don't think I can do this fight, and the UFC have gone, how long can you give us before you can make a decision? Which is sort of a shitty thing to do, because you can't, like, is there a championship fight that you can make on less than a month's notice and get them ready for? No. Like, there's no champion that's ready and available.
Oh.
Are you going to say who I think you're going to say?
Jamie. Mr. I grow my arms to the length that I want to grow my arms to might be ready, right?
Poitin. But he said that he's
might be ready
about August with Prochazka.
That's true, but they could move it forward. And let's be real, if anyone's crazy enough to fight Pereira on short notice, it is Yuri.
Yeah, and then CJ thinks
it's just whether they fight, whether they do. Let's be honest, them two would probably do it.
Yeah. So I think that they're waiting on how bad this injury is. And if I'm Conor, and if the injury's bad, he told the UFC about that his leg was effed in the Poirier fight, and he broke his leg. Like, do you want to risk him potentially breaking his other leg and basically ending his career? Like, McGregor probably knows he's probably got a couple of MMA fights left before he transitions into the crazy world of boxing. But is he willing to risk it all for Michael Chandler? That's the thing. If this was he's got a title shot on the line, you bet your bottom dollar Conor will be there. He probably doesn't think this is a big enough fight, willing to put his everything on the line if he has an injury, in my opinion.
I hear you. Guys, if you haven't already, smash that like button. I just want to give a shout out to a few people. Shout out to Chris Brack, who was the first in the chat and made some very funny comments saying, what did he say? Callum is later than a Lucas Labour challenge. That was very good. Shout out to Erhan. Shout out to Drifty. I don't know if he's still there, bro. About yourself, Drifty. See Clark, CJ, John Henry, Eagle MMA. You must be happy this Tuesday with the results of the weekend. Once again, guys, make sure you go and subscribe to Luke's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Jamie's channel. Links are in the description. I want to ask you guys one question. Oh, big up, Drift.
But Ariel said that he's assured fans that it's still going ahead.
All right, let's say Conor can't make it, but Chandler says, I've had enough of waiting around. I'm staying on the card. TYSON suggested Max Holloway. One, do you think Holloway takes the fight this short notice at 170? And two, if they were to fight, is Holloway at a massive disadvantage going into this fight?
It won't happen, full stop.
If
Conor don't fight, Chandler don't fight.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think Chandler's fighting anyone unless it's Conor McGregor.
Do you think that's the right? Do you think that's the right stance for him to take?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, I'm going to get a payday fighting Conor.
Yeah, and he's waited long enough, isn't it?
Yeah, I ain't fighting Max Holloway that can end my career. No. It's just it don't make sense.
To answer your question, Drift Bro, because it's a Conor card, if you stack it too much, you end up paying too much from the organization standpoint. So if they put like Conor at the top of the card and then two other champions, those champions would get pay-per-view points. Whereas at the moment, it's only Conor, maybe Chandler who get pay-per-view points for this fight. No one else will get pay-per-view points. So if I'm on a 50K contract where it's 50 to show, 50 for win, even though I'm on a Conor card, that's my contract. That's my fight. pay. Like it doesn't change. So that's why they effectively have done it. It's to save money, but also they will promote it as we're giving you guys a platform here to go out and show out, so the millions that would be watching this card can maybe boost your profile. That's why Ian Gary wants to be on this card. One, he's Conor's fanboy, and two, he knows if he gets a good win, it could catapult him and make him like a star or a bigger star.
Yeah, I literally don't see, if McGregor don't fight, I don't see that anyone that main event will just go, and I think Venom MVP and Ian Gary have been a new main event.
Do you think it will stay as a pay-per-view, or do you think it'll just be a fight night?
It'll stay as a pay-per-view. They just have to rearrange.
That's International Fight Week.
They just have to rearrange it.
Is. Oh
that's
my goodness.
International Fight Week.
Oh no.
That's
I
International
forgot.
Fight Week.
I completely forgot.
It's International Fight Week. You cannot pull this card.
Oh, UFC's in trouble.
That's why it's all cloak and daggers.
Unless,
I forgot it's International Fight Week. Oh yeah,
listen,
they're in major issues.
As crazy as this, Scrap, Aspinall, Blades, Pereira versus Aspinall to save this bloody card.
See, I'll be honest. I don't think Pereira takes Aspinall on short notice. I think he takes anyone in his division on short notice, but not Aspinall.
Yeah, I feel for Chandler. If it is the case, Chandler's the one. There's no point in fighting Max Holloway. Max Holloway had a battle with Gaethje as well. I think that's quite quick overturn.
Yeah, that's a big turnaround.
Be fighting someone like Chandler, who is dangerous himself.
Yeah.
I don't think it benefits either of them. So if I'm Chandler, I sit it out, and you just make Ian Gary and MVP the main event.
That's going to be one of the
International Fight Week, Jay. They can't sell us International Fight Week on that. That's like selling WrestleMania on it being, I don't know, bloody Ricochet versus Dragunov. They're both great, but
we did have Miz versus Cena once, so we were, we did that. Unless because they packed the Saudi card as well.
Oh yes, that's the week before as well.
Yeah, because that card is packed, you could maybe get away with it.
I don't think you can. It's literally This is the WrestleMania for UFC.
Yeah, no, but they
don't. No, technically it's not. UFC 300 was it. This is SummerSlam.
They don't book it like that though. They don't care.
I know, but
no. I mean, Dana doesn't care.
Yeah, International Fight Week's big though. Like this will be the talk of MMA content for years to come if this card is crap.
Do you know why Dana doesn't care? Because literally, because I did a video about it. I think it was like yesterday or the day before. That Islam Makhachev picks up, one of his biggest wins of his career.
No, Luke, we're going to speak on that. We're going to speak on
okay,
we're going to talk on that.
Well, it's like
the cooking continues.
That was crazy.
Did you did you hear the bloke that questioned Dana about WWE and UFC and and the production and all that? Dana hates WWE being part of
hates him, innit?
You can tell. The reason he hates it is because they do everything better.
Yeah.
And they're not real. They do everything better.
Just add their production.
When you say some of these guys have gone to help them out or something, no, you just lent them the apex, mate.
No, but if their cameramen and all that have gone to WWE and help them out, why is it better over there?
Yeah, he's
because Dana's in charge of everything. He tells them what to do.
Yeah,
it's just the Dana is he hates it. I just watched it and he's sitting there like that.
Such a hater. He's
a proper hater when he wants to be. So
this card is messed up though, Connor, and that are not fine.
One word answer them, boys. We'll go around a circle. I'll start actually. Will Conor McGregor and Chandler fight International Fight Week? I'm gonna say yes as of right now.
I feel they will.
Yeah, I think so. I think they will. Yeah, I think so.
No, I think Dana's just going to pay
real fine as well. They're cutting it so fine.
Well, if you go is it still up on the website?
Oh, the UFC website. Let me have a look. That's a good point, actually.
It's still up on
there, Chris Brackett's all the work. It's all the work.
It is as of right now.
So yeah, it's still going on there.
It is as of right now. It is.
Oh my god, there's been terrible fight nights before, though. Jesus.
Yeah, they could have done way better with the card.
Yeah, because let's have a look at this 303 card. Like, if McGregor Chandler don't happen, you got Hill Erberg, you got a women's fight no one cares about.
Oh yeah, even remember Hill was meant to fight Khalil Roundtree, so that's
oh my God. This card is stinky.
Yeah, it's not it's
Andre
not
Arlovsky.
Yeah, I know.
He's about 52.
Yeah.
This card is stinky. Cub Swanson. They've had to get Cub Swanson and Andre Arlovsky from somewhere to get on the prelims.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nah, they need this bad. Otherwise, this card is completely done. It's finished.
Hey, CJ, it's got nothing to do with the contract or broadcasting rights.
No, contract doesn't expire until September. Right. Let's move on to Connor's last opponent, Dustin Poirier. Unfortunately, lost it. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on what side of the fence you're on and who you support. He lost to Islam Makhachev. Put up a hell of a performance. One of the best fights of the year, but effectively came up short yet again, unfortunately. Jay, I'm going to start with you here. Do you think that was Poirier's last fight? He's had his press conference. He didn't seem as dejected as I thought he would be, although I reckon probably when he got back to the hotel room or he was alone with his family, I think that's probably when the emotions came out. Do you think we see the diamond again?
Yeah, because they can't afford to retire. It's that simple.
Well, I think he could if he wanted to.
He might be one of the few that could. He might be.
McGregor fight twice.
Yeah, but it's still he spends money. You can't afford to retire. That's why these guys carry on. The thing with Dustin, who does he fight? He's never going to win a title. He's got to get that in his head. He's never going to win a world title because he's not as good as all champions. He's just going to be a gatekeeper, and he can put on some exciting fights. Does he want to be that? Does he just want to carry on putting on exciting fights, getting paid, and carry on like that? But then you're at a thing where you don't want to have any kind of brain damage or issues. And he seems like he's got all his faculties. Seems like a great guy. Got a family. If he has got a bit of money, maybe call it a day and find something else, because I don't. It like Volk as well. Like, these guys have just got to go now. There's nothing else for them. They're done. They're just going to be gatekeepers, and that's the problem with combat fighters. They just don't know when it's call it a day, and that's why it's up to promoters to not book them anymore.
Whoa! He said it's up to promoters. Jamie, do you know that Dana, who told Tony Ferguson he needs to retire, has just booked him against Michael Chiesa?
This is what I'm saying. They're terrible.
He got asked, "Hey, win or lose, Dana, is it time for him to retire?" Yeah.
How the hell have you got Tony Ferguson? I know this is a pivot. How the hell have you got Tony Ferguson and Nick Diaz on the same card and they're not fighting each other?
Hey, it's not Steiner maths, it's Dana maths.
It's crazy.
This is why I hate Dana White so much. He doesn't look after these fighters. He keeps on about, like, we look after the fighters. He don't give a shit.
Oh no!
Literally don't care.
There's got ones that he likes, which will touch.
Yeah, the ones that he likes.
Yeah, Chuck Liddell, when he said he wouldn't book him anymore and stuff like that, and he didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, Ferguson shouldn't be fighting. Take it away from him. Help him. Get him support. Yeah. Look after him outside the cage. Just what they got to do.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Luke, Dustin Poirier. Jay made some good points there. However, I'm going to ask a slightly different question as well as the one about retirement. Hear me out here. Is there zero chance he doesn't get another title shot again? I know it's unprecedented. If I'm not mistaken, he'd be the first challenger to get four title shots without winning the first three. Is there a world where he could potentially? Because if Makhachev's talking what he's saying, and let's say he beats Sarukian and then goes up to 170, that vacates the 55-pound belt effectively. Could Poirier still do it?
Potentially. The only way this happens, because I think he suffered a partial ACL tear, so he's done for probably the rest of this year.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
And he was called out by a couple of fighters this past weekend. One was Alexander Volkanovski for a little bit of a scrap.
Hey, you're not feeling that, Jay?
No,
You're
I don't want to
shaking
see
your
old
head.
boys fighting anymore. Fuck them off. I'm done with them. They've got a
No,
combined
it is
age
a
of
fight.
71. I don't want to see that.
It is a fight that people want to see. Obviously, this version of them, would we want to see it as much? Still, you could see that as a vacant interim title, waiting for Islam to come back down from his shot at 170. Or this was touched on. This is more unlikely. Kamaru Usman said that, hey, if Dustin fancies coming up to 170, we can go a few rounds.
Usman, look, I love Dustin Poirier. Poirier doesn't want that fight.
But I don't think Poirier wants to go up, to be fair.
These fights are going nowhere, though. They're just fighting for the sake of fighting. They're not going to go anywhere.
That's a terrible. There's no way Dustin takes that fight for Usman. What the hell is he fighting Usman for?
Should be Usman Volk. Give me that fight.
I can't do that, but there are still options. He is still, hey, Dana said, hey, he's a big star. We'll keep him around. He ain't tell you want to fuck him off, but you don't want to talk about that bit. So he is still going to have opponents ready and waiting for him if he returns or when he returns. So opponents are still going to be there. Depends how much he really wants it. Like if he really wants to still fight, then yes, let him still fight. He is still going to win fights. He is not washed like Jamie thinks he's washed. Is he washed in a title, going for the title? Possibly. He did have good moments against Islam, not great moments.
I'm sick of it.
The most concerning thing was that you would get, the best boxer at lightweight was getting outstruck by someone who isn't as good on the technical level than him. So that was a worry. And it just depends how much Dustin wants it. Like, personally, I think he should retire, but hey ho, like he has enough money to retire, and he's probably got enough, not power or probably good friends with Dana, that Dana could keep him around in some sort of capacity, like a Forrest Griffin when he's at the PI still. So he's got a job for life there. In what capacity, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, as long as they look after Dustin, that's all I care about these fighters. I want these fighters to be looked after. They shouldn't be fighting for the sake of fighting when there's no end game. Him and Volk fighting for nothing is pointless. 3 years ago, that's a super fight. Now it's nothing.
This is really selfish of me to say, but they're fighting for my entertainment, Joe.
Yeah, our entertainment, but it was like
that sounds really barbaric and selfish. It is. I was being real though. I'm paying for that fight, Jay.
I would go to the Roman Colosseum and see entertainment back in the day. Do you know what I mean? But it shouldn't be happening. I just, as an entertainment spectacle, yeah. But for me, Volk versus Poirier at this stage of their careers, when they got nothing to benefit from it, is a pay-per-view grab by the company that they make money off and don't give them enough of the cut.
Yeah,
that's my issue with the whole of UFC at this moment in time. I believe the UFC just make money off these fighters for their own pay-per-view points, because their pay-per-views are down the toilet at the moment. Their buy rates are terrible. They're not selling out arenas like they used to. Everyone is actually getting a bit bored of UFC right now, and they're all going back to boxing.
I was going to say the boom of boxing.
No, spoilers. I am planning to get together a video boxing versus MMA, and it will be around what Demetrius Johnson said about the state of MMA and that boxing is more entertaining. I am working on something. I'm aiming to get a few more people on the boxing end and, to set something up, but that is in the pipeline because I completely agree. UFC and MMA in the whole is slightly in the gutter.
UFC, let's be right here. We're fans and we always will be. But let's face it, UFC's boring right now. It is. It just is.
Well, not this past couple of days because of McGREGOR, but
but you know what I mean? As a spectacle, it's not what it used
to be. Even before the card at the weekend, that wasn't really promoted that well.
No, it don't promote nothing now. They just feel like it promotes itself. It's just, I'd love to see something like 5v5. You know, why can't we have?
When boxing is dead. Hey, but at least Saudi are trying to inject some sort of life into it, like the 5-on-5. You're actually getting fights people wanted to see. Like, yes, I know Canelo said he wouldn't fight Terence Crawford no matter how much money he's put in front of him, but I'm pretty sure that there is an amount that if it was hit, then yeah, he's taking the fight. But at least the influx of His Excellency is trying to inject some life.
You're trying to inject excitement into it. Like the 5v5 was actually a really good idea, and it put on a good card. Why can't we do a 5v5 in UFC? Why can't we have
Bellator versus one?
You know, one coach's group against another coach. You know, or
I did that with the PFL and Bellator, and that was apparently it was all right.
Why can't Dane open up his stuff cross promotion?
Like
no one's bigger and better in UFC, but there's nothing wrong with cross promotion.
Dana
White is the combat version of Vince McMahon. I'm telling you now.
He's worse.
The only fighter, like if they did the UFC versus whoever else, the only fighter that I could back to win who's outside the UFC is Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, same. But
you know what? Nurmagomedov from Bellator / PFL as well could potentially
beat Islam. Yeah, they're not fighting, they're brothers.
That's true. But if let's say Islam's not in the 55-pound division, let's say he's gone up to 70 and he wins the belt. Yeah, Nurmagomedov could potentially do it.
Yeah, there are exciting fighters. We just need a little bit of promotion, and then you're putting fighters like Joe Pfeiffer on like the main card. When let's be honest, you got outdone by Jack Hermanson, man.
Sorry, Bartek, I gotta address this, bro. All right, you may call us casuals. That's your prerogative. Not once have we said the fights are crap. No. Not once. We said the promotion and the theater around it at the moment is lacking. You look at what's happening in boxing. You've got Paul Fury, you've got Haney and Garcia, you've got the Riyadh season 5-on-5. You just had Usyk Fury. We've had Crawford and Spence recently. We've had Garcia and Tank recently. Floyd still loitering about. Like, it's completely different. Like UFC, even 300 wasn't properly promoted. We're not disparaging the actual fights. We're talking about the lack of effort from the promotion. Who are benefiting the fighters at the end of the day? Dana White's job is to promote the UFC. He's more interested in promoting the slap fighting. We are well within our rights as people who stay up till 7 in the morning at least once a month. We are well within our rights to criticize what is going on with the UFC.
The production is dog. That's what we're talking about. Like every arena they fight in looks exactly the same.
MVP said it. MVP wanted to do a special walkout for his debut fight, and they shut it down.
Yeah,
come on, why?
Every ring walk looks exactly the same. Every ring, like he says there, real MMA fans don't care about promotion. Well, you're not talking to real MMA fans.
All right, so Bartek, I'll push back then. If you're a real MMA fan, you want MMA fighters to get paid properly, and if it stays underground, they're not going to get paid properly.
Bartek, did you like Pride FC?
Did you like Pride FC? I think you read the room wrong, bro.
Did you like Pride FC?
About Selecki Dawson on the prelims. Granted, I didn't watch the prelims apart from the main event of it. You got asked about it, and then this is what your promoter. If I had to give a bonus for the crappiest fight of the night, who do you think I'd give it to? That's your promoter. That's the one supposed to gas up your fighters. Sorry, if the fight is shit, it's your fault because you matched them wrong. The War Room, I don't like to make decisions on fight night, which is bullshit, by the way, because you do make snap decisions on fight night on the click of a finger, and it's rubbish when you say you don't.
Yeah.
Come on.
What people don't understand. Cool.
Sorry, go on, Jay.
I was about to say, what people don't understand is that none of us we all absolutely love every fighter in the UFC. but they're not
Hence
being
why
promoted.
we're doing these shows.
They're not being produced correctly, and they're not being promoted correctly. You've got to give them some character, give them some love. You're telling me all these fighters just like coming out to the same old underground car park entrance with no promotion and all that. Give them a bit of colour, give them a bit of love, give them a bit of life.
Give them their
You know,
it
it also brings fans back in because these fighters deserve it, man. These fighters deserve it. You got Izzy, who's arguably your most charismatic fighter, is not allowed to be charismatic.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
or he has to tone it down.
He has to tone it down. They made everyone wear Reebok like they're in school.
Now Venom.
And
no sponsors on the shorts, but what 40 sponsors on the mat.
It's just Bartek. I don't know if you've watched MMA as big as you think you are, my friend. Because if you are, you would have known that. You know, Pride was before UFC because they had all the other martial arts in Japan at the time. Then America took it over with UFC 93. So, you know, are you saying that the greats of this game mostly came from Pride? You know, your Crow Cops, your Wanderlei Silvers, your Rampage Jacksons, because they're heavily promoted, given great production to go and flourish and show the world. You know, why do you reckon Pride was the greatest MMA organization of all time? It wasn't just because they had the best fighters; it was their amazing production, and it never looked boring. Every event looked different. Every event looked different, and that's all we care about. We love these fighters, and these fighters are not getting what they deserve. We're talking about Poirier has to keep fighting. Why should he? The man should be so rich now because of the wars he's been in for this company, and he should be a super celebrity. He should be able to hang the gloves up, and go into the celebrity world. He should be that famous.
Bartek, I'm glad you said this, bro. Mighty Mouse has left the UFC and become a bigger star. Exactly. Do you know how crazy that is? He's basically done a Cody Rhodes. He's left the biggest promotion and he's become a bigger star. He's got his podcast, which is popping off. He's fighting jiu-jitsu practitioners who are double his weight, and it's being filmed and he's blowing up. Like, how are we not seeing
streaming his gaming?
Streaming his gaming. They're not allowed sponsors on their shorts, but you've got like it's not fair what's going on right now, and that's what we're trying to highlight here. The amount of personalities. Gegard Mousasi is one of the funniest people you'll see when you see him in interviews. But if he's not promoted right, we're not going to know. Like, there's so many authentic, good personalities in the UFC. Arnold Allen. I don't know if you guys watch Arnold Allen's YouTube channel. Arnold Allen is quite a charismatic. He's very, very dry with his humor. But if he's promoted right, he could be a way bigger star. Leon Edwards could be a way bigger star. And I know people will push back and go, oh, well, they don't do a lot of media. They don't have to sometimes. Sometimes it's just about knowing how to promote each fighter differently. Why should each fighter have to put on a gimmick like Colby Covington to be more recognizable? Not everyone's like that. It's not
isn't injured. You're just a British hater. Or British. How are we British haters saying McGregor ain't injured?
I don't get that one.
As McGregor would say, shut your fucking mouth, you fool.
He's not.
I don't give a fuck what you say.
He would turn around and say he's not British. You'd say he's Irish as well.
Shut your mouth, you fool.
We love Conor McGregor.
Not your ass.
We can't wait to see Conor fight.
Well, we live in. I don't know what's going on, FJT. You might be in the wrong stream, man. Speaking of promoter and what happened in the weekend, Islam Makhachev won again, and look, he pulled out of the fire, really did. And straight away in the press conference, he was asked about pound for pound, etc., and he went on a rant, shutting down any talk of Islam being a pound for pound, which is, again, for a promoter to do this for me is crazy.
Glaze.
And then just went on an absolute tirade just promoting John Jones, who hasn't even got a fight coming up. Like, again, if you're Islam Makhachev, do you feel motivated to fight for, like, oh, you're one of these guys, FJT?
This massive erection that Dana White has for John Jones has to stop.
You got me done.
It just has to stop. It has to stop because John Jones, he keeps going on about like if everyone went in a room with John Jones, only one man's coming out. What's that? So he's pound for pound because we're putting him in. What is this shit? He don't fight. Islam, I don't really like Islam that much, but he fights and he beats everybody. How the hell is he not pound for pound? Why are you dismissing him like that? Like he's nothing. It makes no sense to me. All this John Jones crap has got to stop. He never fights.
Yeah.
He's got away with everything. I don't know any fighter in Dana White's company who will get away with all the criminal charges against him, all the drugs, all the everything that he's done in his career. He's got away with.
Yeah.
How good would have John Jones been if he was a clean fighter his whole career? We'll never know.
Never know.
He weren't. But you got Islam Makhachev here, who's beaten the crap out of everybody, and you can't, and you're just dismissing him like that. And this is your promoter. Oh, it's fucking jokes, man. Sorry,
it's crazy.
Sorry for the rant, but I just think
no, it's
my cooking needs to continue because I did a video on this. Literally, I think it was the evening after me and Newcomb did like the live reaction thing. Yeah, this glazing has to stop. I don't know what dirt John Jones has got on Dana. Yeah, there is a difference between, for me, who your GOAT is and who your pound for pound is. If someone said to Dana, is Islam the GOAT and of combat sport, and then Dana went on that rant, I'd be like, bit of a shitty thing to do right now, but yes, I can understand it. This is pound for pound. Who's been the most active and who's done more in their resume in the last few years? Is it the guy that has sat on his ass for 3 years for reasons that are unknown, come back, fought the easiest fight in the heavyweight division, grabbed the belt, said, I want to fight an old man. And then I'm probably going to bounce like he's been boasting to people. He's going to fight Steve Head and fuck off out of it. Yeah? Or is it the guy that, yes, okay, I'm pretty sure Jamie's going to say, yes, his resume before he got to the title was a little bit shady.
Very shady.
In Islam. Very shady. Understand it. But since he got in that position, he's been active. He's been putting on good fights.
Fighting killers.
I know people are going to say he's a boring fighter. He's got 7 finishes out of his last 8 fights.
Islam's actually, I hate this. Look, I'm not even a big Islam fan like that. I rate the guy. Anyone says he's boring. His fight against Oliveira wasn't boring. Yeah. His fight against Volk the first time, far from boring. Second time he finishes Volk in the first round. Fight against Poirier could arguably be fight of the year. He's not a boring fighter. He's just a level above a lot of these guys.
Kel, look at the fights you just said. And he's still got John Jones pound for pound who don't fight.
It's crazy.
It's a madness to me. What he don't get as well, Dana White's meant to be a world-class promoter, but what he doesn't get is that he's pound for pounding John Jones is not a pay-per-view draw and never has been. And that's one of the things.
Makhachev might be a bigger pay-per-view draw.
That's the one thing that's always gone against John Jones. He's not a pay-per-view draw.
Because
and no one's going, I hope no one watches Stipe and John Jones.
Because part of the video, right? Read out his tweet, yeah? It felt awesome to get that level of recognition from the boss, yeah? Literally, the man that has been there since UFC 1, which is bullshit, by the way, because Dana was involved in UFC 30, which was 7 years later, you absolute twonk, yeah? I know the haters are not going to like the comments, but Dana's a pretty hard person to argue with. And Dana White's had a front row seat my entire career. Facts are facts. Okay, John, you want facts are facts, yeah?
Dana said he was scared to fight in Ghana.
Yeah, this is a guy that has been covering your ass when you've been doing stupid shit, yeah? You popping for drugs, yeah, on the eve of arguably DC's biggest fight of his career. Yes, you can go around and said that you're sorry for what you did to DC, But I don't remember DC being 26, 27, knowing he's got time left. This guy was 36. He was coming to come out of his prime. And all you can say is sorry. You want to talk about facts, yeah? You should be banned for life. TJ Dillashaw popped for the same thing as you got popped with. But no one talks about TJ in no-go conversation at his division. TJ sort of been like shoved in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, no. When it comes to you, people call you the GOAT. How about we talk about your run before you got to heavyweight? Yeah. Stinky fight. Barely beat a Thiago Santos with no knees. If Anthony Smith had a pair of balls, he would have ripped that title off you when you illegally elbowed him, illegally kneed him in the head. But someone had too much pride to not take the belt, which is a fucking ridiculous thing to do. Because I would have taken that belt and gone, "Way, I beat you," like Aljamain Sterling did to Piotr Jan, even though he probably would have lost the rematch. Yeah, excuses after excuses. And what's the reason for sitting out for 3 years? Was it because that you were too scared to fight Francis? Was it because that you were injured? Was it because that you popped again and the UFC didn't want to disclose it? And then come back and think that we want to see Stipe versus you, a fight that is about 7 years too late.
Yeah.
But hey, don't worry, ready to step up at any opportunity. Why weren't you stepping up to heavyweight back in 2013? Oh, we know why, because you would have got smoked by Cain Velasquez, would have smoked you. Brock would have smoked you. Alistair Overeem would have smoked you. Okay, we get it. Facts are facts. Yes, you may be technically the best fighter we have ever seen. Yeah, but you shouldn't be in that position because you should have been banned when you got popped. Yeah, cannot have it. The glazing has to stop. Yeah, John Jones, please fuck off. You are no longer welcome here. People don't want to see you. People want you to unify the belt, lose, and then piss off. Because I'm done. I'm done with Jones. You're no longer in no GOAT list. Yeah, it's Mighty Mouse, baby. It's Mighty Mouse all day long. At least that guy never popped.
Yeah.
Done.
Ever.
What? Praying he doesn't see this. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What? He's gonna come and fly to where I live? Confront me face to face? He ain't gonna do shit. Nah, fuck off, man. Done.
It's not on. It's not on. But this
Sorry,
again, this is the environment Dana's creating. No, it's the environment Dana's creating.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, you get away with shit. Hey,
I don't know if I'm
Dana treat a legend like this,
Islam, you know? If I'm Islam and I'm at camp, I'm making Dana White really pay up for my next fight. Since you're gonna like put me down like that, you're gonna have to really compensate me for the next fight because you're meant to be a promoter and you just crapped on my parade on one of the biggest nights of my life.
Yeah, come through a bit of adversity, putting a last minute submission out of nothing really.
Yeah.
And then to get shat on like that, you could have said, yeah, he's pound for pound number one, which he is, but no, you have to talk about John Jones like he's
Look at the leg sweep. Look at the leg sweep he does to create the scramble.
I think that's the greatest takedown in the UFC history.
It might be.
I've never seen it. He got hold of the ankle and sort of shouldered him like that. Do you know how much strength that needs to take?
Bro, it's ridiculous.
And he got it. It's just beautiful. It's great. It's great. It's probably the greatest takedown I've ever seen. Absolutely amazing. It was so good.
Yeah. John Jones just taked off Callum's internet. But yeah, I just have to say that I cooked him in my video, but I just needed to do that because I've never seen so many guys give excuses after excuses. And I know the next live watch on we do, Calvin's going to see this and I'm going to get cooked.
Oh, I'm going to get cooked first.
Yeah, I'm going to get cooked. Yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah. Stipe, I pray to God, Stipe. Yeah, you better find a spare hip. Strap that bad boy in because I swear to God, if you beat John Jones with one hip, yeah, you using your missus as a walking stick, yeah.
If he pulls
I will laugh so much. Everyone should be tweeting John, cooking him.
I think Islam is the nearest fight we've had to Georges St. Pierre
in terms of completeness. Yeah, he's got no holes.
And Dana never rated GSP either.
It's actually like, I'll be honest with you, Islam might actually be one of the best strikers in the 55-pound division as well.
Might be one of the best strikers in the whole company.
He is super underrated, man. Like, he's super underrated. He is the most complete fighter in this division.
What I will say, though, is that I do want to see Islam fight someone more in their prime.
Yeah, we're going to find that
it's
out in Harman
Sarukian.
Sarukian. That's going to be the
Sarukian's the
next
fight.
one.
Yeah, that's what I'd love to see that now. He's beating like legends of the game and deserves his flowers, but I think everyone wants to see him now against Sarukian. If he wins that, then he'll fight for the 170 title after, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I reckon so as well. People, if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe. Really going to have a quick one on this, boys, before we sign off. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul's been postponed. It was meant to be the 20th of July. There's not been a set date yet, has there, for when it's going to happen? I was going to say it can't happen now, right, boys?
It could be 60 by the time it happens. You can't have a 60-year-old fighting. I love Mike, but he shouldn't have been fighting this anyway. What is he, 58?
Yeah, 58.
No, he can't have. If they rearrange his fight, the man's going to be nearer 60. So no, you can't do that. I know you want the biggest name on your resume, but if I'm a 20-year-old guy, I'm a little bit embarrassed calling that Mike Tyson.
I'd be very,
Do you know what I mean? Fight someone your age.
You're meant to be
fight KSI, who you are bottling the fight.
You're meant to be calling Mike Tyson and being like, "Oh, come on the podcast or come to this fight. We'll put you up in the VIPs." You're not meant to be saying,
"Well, help me train" or something like that. Just
help me train. Give me some pointers in training or something.
Yeah,
what Francis Ngannou did, for example. But
Francis don't call him Mike out, is he? You know what I mean? Because that would be devastating for Mike.
Yeah, I doubt it. Surely they wouldn't let that even happen.
Surely that shouldn't even be rescheduling this. And
I want to. What's Logan Paul now? He's up to heavyweight, ain't he? Why don't Logan Paul call out AJ? He's got nothing to do at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I see how long that lasts.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. People, I put a link to Luke's video in the chat, so make sure you go and check that out regarding Dana White speaking about John Jones straight after Islam Makhachev won. We're going to sign off here. Jay, where can the people find you and what have you got coming out soon, bro?
So you can find Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Also, I might do a video tomorrow about this whole Man City thing because it's a bit. Look, they're dirt. Let's face it, they're scum, and it looks like they're getting in before they get relegated. By the look of it, that's what it seems. So I might do something on that. Also, like everyone keeps calling why we ain't heard from Arne Slot yet. So see what's going on there. Because I don't think he is going to do a press conference.
Neither do I.
I think the press conference would be the start of pre-season when they usually do a press conference.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to happen.
Don't mind it.
Because when you go do it now, the reason it didn't happen over the weekend, Champions League, all the media's going to be over that. At this moment in time, we've got internationals for the Euros. And then a week on Saturday is the Euros. So all the media's going to be on that. So unless you do it literally by the end of this week, Friday, Saturday, then it won't happen till pre-season for me. So I'll probably be doing something on that.
I hear it. Guys, the link to Jamie's channel's in the chat. Link to Luke's channel's in the chat. Luke, have you got anything coming up soon apart from the boxing MMA one? Anything else you got?
Depending on if there's any more McGREGOR news that comes out tomorrow, I'll probably do a video on that. I think there's going to be something in the next couple of days. So I don't know not to drop something tomorrow until there's actual news if this thing is actually going ahead or not.
Sweet. People, if I'm going to be honest, I might try and drop something else here before the weekend. I'll see. Depends on timing and everything. From next month, though, I'll be really upping the ante on this channel. So please make sure you subscribe and look out for stuff coming up as well. And then, back on Copish tomorrow, I believe. So look out for that.
Have you read the Super At?
No, I haven't. You're a star, Jamie. Big up the Herbs, man. Big up to the man. Hope the man family is doing great. All good, thank you, bro. Hope you are well as well. The Herbs, man, absolute legend in the community. But people, if you have watched the show, really appreciate you guys. As I said, most importantly, please go and check out Luke and Jamie's channel. Subscribe over there.
Just something dropped.
Something
dropped. Kayla Harrison said that she'd step in and fight Amanda Nunes if at UFC 303.
I thought you'd go say she's
I
stepping
thought you
with
were
Conor.
drop a weight class.
I thought you were going to say she's going to step
gonna
in
fight
with Conor
Valentina.
and take her.
No. So Kayla said that she'd fight Nunes if McGregor Chandler was called off. For
Nunes
what
ain't
belt? I
taking
don't know.
that short notice. Nunes probably hasn't even been training.
That's why
He's in
she's
Brazil,
called him
I think,
out.
11
It's a sensible thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Taylor
Yes,
Harrison
that's-
would beat Amanda Nunes.
I believe this so as well.
Yeah.
I believe so as well.
The woman.
Yeah, watch his space, people. Will McGregor make the walk or will he not? People, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us for this conversation. Till we see you next time. Take it easy, people. Thank you very, very much.